Alright, today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to look at two runs that happened back to back. Now apart from that, and I think the fact that they were probably in the same pack, there isn't really anything else to connect them. And I suppose it's relatively rare that I would have back-to-back runs that are both worth looking at. But today we've got one. So this first one, I wanted to do a run using Ferret. Ferret is one of the units that I almost never take in customs at all unless it's from a random pack. And Ferret was changed recently, along with all the toy pets from Puppy Pack, to be start of turn instead of on buy. So initially it doesn't do anything, but then the next turn you're going to get access to the toys, and then you won't need to have Flying Squirrel or Waffle for the rest of the game. It's kind of a strange change. I know it was mostly done in order to make things a bit less unfair in versus mode. So let me know in the comments if you've been playing versus with Puppy Pack or against Puppy Pack and you prefer it this way. But in customs, I think it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for some of the higher level toy pets, or higher tier toy pets, I should say. But Ferret is obviously a tier 1. The toys are not the best. I mean, they're fine in the early game, but obviously they're going to rapidly become irrelevant as the game goes on. But I was determined to do a run where we just keep the balloon toy the whole way and try and maximize how much scaling we get out of it. Now actually here, I think I took Mosasaurus by accident. It was just force of habit, I suppose. I didn't really want to have any scaling for Mosasaurus. I wanted it just to be Ferret plus Puma to get as many balloon activations as possible. And then we're also working in the red-lipped batfish here at the backline, because I had committed to play some backline red-lipped batfish teams in order to help someone in the comments try and get the achievement. So actually interesting here to notice that the silly Quetzalcoatlus being activated there didn't do anything. So kind of odd there. I would have expected that to have given random stats to, either team. And then we're just going to keep buying food. All I'm trying to do is save some level ups for turn 9 and onwards to try and find the Puma. Because the scaling is so weak from the balloon, we need to find Puma as soon as we possibly can. Of course I am buying a lot of food, but I mean, what's new? That's what I'm doing in virtually every customs run. So we get a level up on the Ferret. Now, of course, normally you would, if you leveled up into Ferret there, you would get the level 2 toy immediately, but you don't anymore. So you have to decide next turn whether or not you're going to keep the level 1 toy and wait an extra turn for it to break, or choose to take the higher level toy. Now, I think in this situation, I'm sure I'm going to take the higher level toy because it's a tier 1. Maybe if it was Stingray or Mongoose or something, you wouldn't do that. But I'm sure we're going to activate the level 2 toy. Obviously with the Puma, it's only going to be +1/1 twice. And then I'm not sure what perks I actually had in this pack, but we're just going to take the magic beans. Okay, we activate the leaf gecko in the backline, but all the ailments go to our own team. So that was a bit of a disaster. And it is fun seeing the present being created in the shop. That basically allows you to store up toys and then use them later down the line, so you can just sell the toy pet if you want to. Of course, it is going to cost you a slot in your food shop, or more than one slot in the food shop. Another transformation of the backmost unit is kind of funny, where the batfish is turning the back unit into a faint pet, and then it's being activated by the tree kangaroo, as long as it doesn't have any perks. I think this is basically the lineup set here. We're just going to try and get the higher level Puma so that the stats gained per turn are a little bit more impressive. Steak should take care of the snake here. Yep. And actually, is that 2 or 3 turns in a row we've won because of the faint bread on the red-lip batfish? I'm sure at this point I probably already had the Ferret achievement, but I wasn't sure if I had the Batfish one. So, okay, we get level 2 Puma just in time for the toy to break next turn. It's still going to be a very meager amount of stats, but nice to get all the same. Unfortunately here the tree kangaroo activates the goat, which doesn't do anything. A very funny username there, Walks on Legos. Yeah, so we got plus 3/3 there, I guess. Or plus 3/3 to 2 units, was it? I'm not sure. Are we going to get Batfish level 3? Yes, we do. So obviously I've had the achievement, I've had the sticker before here, otherwise it would have shown up there. Here's someone going for level 3 Cooked Roach. Quite a few achievement hunters on the go recently, and this is funny with the Triceratops getting the ailment there and getting silly there and giving us all the stats. And actually we win again because of the Faint Bread. Faint Bread just getting incredible value here. And then we buy this new food, which is soup, which is basically it's a 1/1 normally, but you get triple value if you're on 1 heart. And since I'm on 1 heart 99% of the time in these videos, I might as well add it to most packs. And then this is absolutely amazing. Backline Shark gets converted into a sea urchin. And we're going to win, I think. Yes, and actually it's by the Faint Bread again. But it does look like we do already have the Batfish achievement. I think I got that one in a members only video, which wasn't the most exciting run. So kind of regretted that. But yeah, we move on to the next run, which immediately happened after that one. So I assume I haven't changed the pack contents here. I might have done, I'm not really sure. We get the triple chinchilla into turn 1 flamingo. So we're going to try and carry the flamingo to the end. Definitely done turn 1 flamingo before. But of course these are, staple tier 2 units, so not surprising that they would be in a lot of my packs, and therefore I've had multiple turn 1 tier 2 attempts with them. I think we're actually going to win here. Yep. That's the advantage of the chinchilla, that you don't have to play this solo turn 1 tier 2. And then we're just going to skip ahead here because I just don't have enough time to commentate the full run for both of these games. But it's turn 9, we've got the swordfish, I think that was from a red panda. And we're just going to buy the wall chicken onto the swordfish because we don't really care if it knocks itself out. Lots of amalgamations. I think I was passing them up here because I'd already recorded something with amalgamation. Just trying to maximize the variety. I think we're going to be in trouble here. Oh, yeah, just because Nyala summons an 8/8. Definitely just keep pumping the attack into the swordfish. Try and make sure that it kills something outright. And actually we can just sell the goldfish in level 2. So it should be doing, what is it going to be, 26 damage? I think on turn 10 that's a pretty good chance of knocking something out. And actually they have exactly the right amount of health there to be knocked out. And we do win. I think the swordfish took extra damage there compared to the camel because it has the weakness. And then desperate times call for desperate measures, so we're going to take the kappa here and probably look for a pill. Generally when I'm going for these turn 1 tier 2s, if I also get the chinchilla, I try and keep it to the end. So that's why we've got chinchilla with seaweed at the front. Normally you just get rid of it, but I decided to try and keep both of them. Swordfish does good stuff again. Should be fine here, yeah. I've actually been playing a lot of games with Hawk. I kind of forgot that Hawk was actually in this team, so there will be more Hawk footage later this week. It's just one of those units that I feel like is pretty underrated. And when you face all sniping teams, it's generally Lynx or Crocodile, Dolphin, etc. But I think Hawk definitely has a place in most of those squads. Now here we did get some good snipes, but I think we're going to lose because Spino is just incredible. And of course we're going to give them extra summons from the Kappa. I wonder if we would have won there if we'd sniped the Spino instead of the Vulture. So down to 1 heart. We get Anteater, which is definitely better than Griffin because I don't want to replace the toy that we already have. Here's a much weaker looking team, and Nurikabe gets completely deleted. Should be fine, I think. Yeah, looking good. So that's 8 wins. But still only 1 heart. Didn't really want the orange to hit the swordfish there, and thankfully it missed. Level 3 swordfish would be incredible because then we could start one-shotting stuff through Melon. Actually here we get good value against this owl team. It's kind of funny that Margosaurus doesn't recover the health when it's been sniped. Even though you get the animation, I don't know if that's intentional or not. Now here I think I probably should have put that chocolate on the swordfish there. In fact, we got tofu and then I went past it. So if I'd just taken the chocolate on the swordfish, we could have had level 3. Hopefully that's not going to come back to bite us. But look at that, they have the biggest unit in the backline. Incredibly unlikely scenario there with the flying squirrel in the backline. And then the triple T-Rex with fairy dust. Very unusual squad. And actually we're going to look at one more run very briefly because I then got another turn 1 tier 2 in back-to-back games. So this is the 3rd game in a row and we're farming videos at a ridiculous rate. But we're going to skip ahead here as well. So turn 14 down to 1 heart and looking for the level up on the Badger. I'm sure the Badger and the Takushi here were both from Kappa Pill. And actually this looks like a decent opponent. They've got Anubis with no feints, so presumably that was a transformation. But Badger is going to be 1 attack short of the draw, and so the back-to-back turn 1 tier 2 attempt fails. Nice to get the opportunity to go for it though, and we'll just quickly show the replay history so you can see that these games were back-to-back-to-back. Very enjoyable little sequence of games if I do say so myself.